Hello, tracking explorers. You open Google Tag Manager. You see a tag that should not fire anymore, but you want to keep it for future use, and the question hits you immediately. Should I pause it? Remove the trigger? Use one of those impossible triggers? All three work, but only one is the right choice depending on the situation. In this video, I'll show you which option to use, when to use it, and the mistakes that quietly break GTM setups over time. Welcome to Tag Manager Secrets. Turning off a tag is not just about stopping data from being sent. It's about intent, reversibility, and future clarity. Many GTM problems don't come from what you build. They come from disabling things without a clear strategy. So let's look at the three most common ways to turn off a tag and compare them using practical, real-world criteria. Option 1. Pausing the tag. This is the fastest method. One click and the tag stops firing everywhere. Option 2. Removing or detaching the trigger. The tag still exists, but nothing tells it when to fire. Option 3. Using an impossible trigger. A trigger that technically works but can never evaluate to true. Let's start with pausing the tag. Pausing is ideal when speed matters. For example, consent issues, broken tracking, or emergency fixes. It also has the advantage that you can recover it easily because the trigger is not changed. The downside is resource waste. Pause tags still load in GTM.js, consuming bandwidth without providing value. The code is minimal, just the tag name, but it's still unnecessary overhead. They're also harder to find in large setups. GTM has no filter for pause tags. This makes pausing best for temporary or urgent situations, not long-term decisions. Next, removing the trigger. This saves resources completely. If a tag has no trigger, it cannot fire and won't load in GTM script. The downside is recovery complexity. Reactivating means rebuilding triggers from scratch if the original is gone. Tags without triggers are also harder to locate. GTM has no filter for them. Now, the impossible trigger. This approach keeps the tag fully visible and documented. You might use a condition like page URL equals turned off. The tag remains active, testable, and understandable in preview mode, but it will never fire. This is the good option for intentional dormancy. The key requirement is labeling. If you don't clearly name the trigger, you will be confused. It's also easy to find by checking the trigger. It displays all tags that use it. This option shines in mature GTM setups and collaborative teams. The drawback is re-enabling complexity if the trigger gets deleted later. It also wastes resources because the whole tag still loads in GTM script. There is no single best option. There is only a best decision rule. If the change is urgent or temporary, pause the tag. If the tag is huge and you don't want to waste resources, remove the trigger. If the tag should remain visible but inactive by design, use an impossible trigger and label it clearly. There are three common mistakes: pausing tags and forgetting they exist, removing shared triggers without checking impact, using impossible triggers with vague names like test trigger. These mistakes don't break GTM immediately, but they destroy clarity over time. Pausing is fast but temporary. Removing triggers is good for side performance. Impossible triggers are intentional and transparent when done correctly. Your choice should reflect intent, not convenience. Disabling a tag is a governance decision, not a technical one. Strong GTM implementations are not defined by how many tags they have, but by how clearly inactive decisions are documented. If you want to build GTM setups that scale, stay understandable, and survive team changes, this mindset is essential. Thanks for watching Tracking Explorers.